Hello, my name is Diaversai, and today we're going to be looking at an Ahri run. I just started this. She's level 26. We're using Curator's Gatebreaker, Hymn of Valor, and Lost Chapter. And this is an Aurelion Sol run. The first power we picked up was Trifarian Might. She is 3 stars. I thought it might be fun to use her in this way, because every time you recall her, you're going to be able to double her stats. And on top of that, you're going to deal damage to the enemy nexus. That will increase double. If you have her at 6 stars, you'll do damage both on the way in and the way out. So that'll be considerably more damage. One thing that I keep forgetting is not to hit pass after you use Ahri's recall. With Trifarian Might, every time we recall her, we're also going to be doing damage to one of the units on the board. And when you recall Ahri, you want to hit an elusive unit because they can't block any elusive, and then your attack will be unblockable unless they have an elusive blocker. Also, Trifarian Might does not work when the spirit procs, so you need to have 5 before that extra spirit. Here we could recall, we don't need to. We're winning regardless. Evori Conspirator has the potential to make infinite combos. And if you find one cost reduction on Ahri, I believe she becomes infinite as well. If you're using Echoing Spirit, I assume you could do that with like Wild Inspiration for the cost reduction on created cards. We'll go for the healer just to remove a card. Keep Dancing Droplet in hand. We can use it to draw if we need to. It's also an elusive, so that will let us attack through with Ahri. One thing I'm considering is some sort of Overwhelm on Ahri. That way you don't have to worry about things blocking. Seems to be one of her problems. Power Riff is also really good on her, because anything with Power Riff, you can just draw a lot of cards, so they get massive cost reductions.
What do you see, boy?
So here we're going to play Dancing Droplet, so that we have something to trade with. Trade places with. If this is Shatter, that does slow us down a little bit, but it's okay, we have another recall in hand.
A whisper in the woods.
So you can beat Frostbite by just recalling more. And prefer not to. And here we can just attack because we're winning anyway, but we could double our stats as well. As you can see, that Gatebreaker did a lot of damage here. Would have done more if we hadn't gotten hit with Shatter. I'll take just recall. It's probably the best thing there. We could go through the middle to see what these hold, but we're just going to go through this healer instead. And we're going to remove our worst card. To be honest, I think it's the Maker. I can see a case for why the Maker would be good, but I think it's the worst card. I'm going to get rid of Grizzled Ranger instead there. I don't think it's much better. We'll go into Gangplank with Perfected Mana Flow. So with Perfected Mana Flow, he's a little bit tougher than normal, but still fine. He's still one of the easier.
I'll see all this world has to offer.
Treasures of the ages for a price.
Like this.
And in my opinion, it's always good to get rid of the powder kegs. They have the potential to just like spiral out of control. They make it rain really good. You don't want make it rain to be really good. Here we're gonna play Navori's Conspirator.
What do you call that technique?
Then we'll drop Ahri, killing a unit, and doubling our power. Navori Conspirator is also an elusive, which means next round we should win the game.
Two steps into moonlight.
Fire beware! I'll make corpses of them. Looking for a daring
You could have recalled with any number of ways.
nothing that the stink
And then the Curator's Gatebreaker will finish it all.
Remember this moment.
I'm not really sure what the best option is here. I think I'll take Concerted Strike just in case, but I don't think anything really mattered there. And we'll go to the shop for power. We could go to the healer to remove a card. That's not ever a bad idea. We can take Hollowed. It's not really going to help, but we can save our rerolls for a better option later.
I would gut down the opposition.
We have a power coming up right after Fiora anyway. Keep Homecoming because it's a recall.
I'm actually here. I go where the winds blow.
And honestly, we already have everything we need to win here.
Act natural. I got you.
I'll see all this world has to offer. The forest surrounds us. Remember this moment.
There is some potential that Curator's Gatebreaker isn't necessary. Like, it might not be adding very much because you're striking for so much anyway. Power Rift is obviously amazing. We'll have free Ahri, which means we can get online faster. And we can take the Grander Plaza. Not entirely sure how that works in terms of keeping the keywords and Challenger. Or, yeah, and the +2/+2. I think the +2/+2 will probably be temporary, but the keywords
I'm on the case.
should be permanent. I don't know, we'll find out. So instead of Curator's Gatekeeper, you could use Echoing Spirit, you could use Essence Theft. That's her signature relic. That relic does allow you to, or does give all your other homecomings bonus stats as well, which is nice. And then when we recall her, actually this is a fast spell. If we recall her, we're going to get attacked before. I think I'm willing to accept that. And Monastery of Piranha is of course great.
Wild hearts should run free.
Here we could just attack and win, but I'm kind of curious on whether or not the stats or the keywords keep over time. I should have noticed already from last round, but I wasn't paying enough attention.
We protect these woods as they protect us.
They're just honestly kind of misclicked. Meant to use Sanctuary instead.
I go where the winds blow. For now.
And I accidentally killed the Nexus. My bad.
Remember this moment.
Basically anything that says recall is probably good. You can take Fury. I think that sounds really good. Combined with Trifarian Might. Then we go into Unyielding Determination Zoe. Zoe's fairly easy, and having to kill her twice might help us get some information. You start with Ahri and Dancing Droplets, so we'll keep both of those. We're not going to be able to block here.
A whisper in the woods.
It doesn't look like we kept whatever random keyword we had last time.
I'll see all this world has to offer.
Okay, so we got regeneration here.
Wild hearts should run free.
And I wasn't able to see what we pulled.
Remember this moment.
As you can see at the point in the game when you're trying to figure out if your keywords are saving or not, you are very clearly not worried about anything else that's happening. These bosses are doing nothing to us. It takes Celestial Wonder, that's really good for the end. And Welcome Gifts is good, it makes my job harder. I'm going to take one copy of Celestial Wonder just to have, and we'll go to the top half to take the champion item chest.
Of Draven.
And we want some sort of recall, we want Ahri, and we want an elusive.
The sun's out, the crowd's ready. Let's rock it!
So here we got, looks like Challenger and Brash from Grander Plaza. I just realized I could just read the thing. And again, if we recall her, we're going to take damage. I'm deciding that is okay.
I go where the winds blow.
Now we can just replay. Haha, we're not going to take damage.
Too slow.
So last time we got Brash. This time I can't scroll far enough to see. But we don't have Brash. So I'm going to go ahead and say Grander Plaza. Stuff does not stay. Which is expected.
2 steps into moonlight. Naturally.
More copies of Droplet is good. We don't need a second Power Rift, so we can take Farsight Alteration. We can get rid of Green Effect Warden.
I like
We go into Jinx. You can keep Sprite Dance because it says recall on it.
Wild hearts should run free.
We'll use Charm, remembering not to hit pass.
I go where the winds blow. For now. Too slow.
And since our opponent doesn't have Unyielding Determination, they die. So I imagine with her mana gem this will be even easier to do. We'll take Overwhelm here. We have some rerolls so we can look for something good. Spellburn probably isn't bad for a little bit of extra damage. Yeah, Spellburn was the best thing I could have taken. And we go into Duplicate Nautilus. Nautilus is usually not very hard, so we don't expect anything here. We can mulligan Ahri because we're going to get her back anyway, and we'll just keep everything else because it says recall.
The forest and I are one. Too slow.
So our cheapest recall in hand is recall, so we'll use that one.
I go where the winds blow. For now.
If we attacked right now, we would win the game. But we may as well use Redoubled Valor, just to, you know,
Into moonlight.
prove how good we are, I guess.
Naturally.
And we take more droplets.
Ready for trouble.
Katarina with perfected mana flow seems like she's probably tough. I don't think we're going to have any problems here, but with most champions, I probably wouldn't want to fight that. We'll just keep all the Auris in hand.
The forest and I are one. No going back. Try to understand. I matter. You don't. A whisper in the woods. I'll see all this world has to offer.
You can just attack, it's fine.
Can't catch the wind. Too slow. Naturally.
Yeah, really not much to talk about. We've been winning on turn 1 most of the time. Yeah, Ahri is very strong.
Fight for the first land.
And again, not level 30 yet. Not using any epic relics. I did start with Trifarian Might, which is pretty good, but to be honest, I don't even think that's actually necessary here.
I'll see all this world has to offer.
Gonna send Irelia back to their hand. I don't want to take the damage from it.
You challenge the wind?
That does cost us 1 usage of redoubled valor.
Two steps into moonlight. Naturally.
You can take a rally with Mage's Handbook here.
Naturally.
And we'll have to kill Aurelion Sol twice. So we're not really concerned about anything here. Normally the biggest threat would be Moonlight Affliction and Celestial Wonder. If he uses Celestial Wonder, we have a solution for that, just by recalling. He didn't do either, he used Firebrand, which means he loses. And I forgot to cast Redoubled Valor there, which is a huge mistake. Too busy talking.
The forest surrounds us. Ting style.
So here's what I was talking about. We get hit with Celestial Wonder, but we can just recall.
My search is over.
Do
Now
level up
I
Ahri
hunt.
here, which is the first time in a long time. Actually, not even sure it's happened any time this game.
Bright eyes.
And we have various choices on how we want to win the game. Since I'm enjoying Curators, I feel like winning like that is fine. They killed themselves, so I can't recall. We just have that rally that we picked up, so we'll use that instead. Correct way to attack here would have been the 6 first, and then Ahri, but it doesn't matter because of her level up power, or her normal power, which swaps places. So anyway, that's it. That's Aurelion Sol. Very, very incredibly easy. And I'm gonna have to do that like 4 or 5 more times to finish leveling her. But yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing. Ahri is incredibly strong. All you need to do is draw her and something that recalls. Ideally, you get some sort of cost reduction on her. I got Trifarian Might. I don't know that it mattered. It does remove a blocker, which helps from getting chump blocked, but you don't really care about getting chump blocked anyway because you can just recall and hit with Curator's Gatebreaker. And the only thing that really slowed us down at all was getting hit with Frostbite one time. Even the stun didn't really matter. So yeah, that's it. That's how you play Ahri into Aurelion Sol. Again, you do have some options. You could use Echoing Spirit here instead of Curator's Gatebreaker. You do have Essence Theft. So Essence... Wait, does this just say... Okay, whatever. Which is when you recall another unit, grant me +1/+0, power, game start, create a homecoming in hand, and grant it double time watch. That double time watch will apply to every homecoming in your deck. And you are recalling a lot, so you do get a number of +1/+0s, but I think this is far inferior to this setup here. With Echoing Spirit, you're able to do probably more recalls because your charm will cost 0. Yeah, but I mean, this seems fine. There's no reason not to do it. So, and it doesn't take any epics. As always, if you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe, and thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.